All right. So I'm ready to get into short sales now. So this is your method to avoid foreclosure. One of a few methods. I've already gone kind of through most of them. But your short sale must be approved by the lender holding the mortgage, as well as any junior lien holders. So not only do you need your top lender to approve the mortgage, it's also beneficial if you have a HELOC, if you have a second or something like that, they're basically taking zero, and they have to agree to take a zero on it really before you would want to have someone buy a short sale. If you are the person trying to short sell your property, you must show some inability to make payments. You can't just say, well, I'm doing fine, I got a good job, I just want to sell my house, so hey, lender, I'm just going to pay you less than the house is worth. You cool with that? No, you have to have some sort of inability, or it's not an unwillingness to make payments, it's an inability to make payments through a hardship and a change in circumstances that's led to that. And then it will damage the seller's credit. Your credit is going to get hurt. It's not going to get hurt as badly as a foreclosure, but your credit will still be affected. So it's not a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing to short sell your property. Look to get approved before, if you can, look to get approved if you're representing a list agent on a foreclosure before you sell the property. If you can, because you're just going to be you're going to be taken a lot more seriously if you've already gotten approved as a short selling owner of a property, because otherwise it's still going to be subject to approval, so you're not going to have as good of an idea of what offers are fair and what offers your lender is going to laugh off, and you're just going to be wasting your time. And then a lot of times when a foreclosure happens, and when a short sale happens, or why it happens, it's kind of now. When you're buying a house during a boom, then the market takes a dip, so the house isn't going to be as valuable. Right now, home values are as high as they've been. And so, if the market takes even a 10% dip, you can see a lot of folks short selling their homes in the next few months. Yeah, so when I say look to get approved first, I mean look to get approved by your lender. Because your lender's going to be the one who's going to approve you allowing the short sale of your property. So,
you mean the seller?
Yeah, if you're the seller.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're the seller, you look to get approved first. Yeah. The lender needs to approve that.
The lender has to approve the offer.
Yeah, the lender's got to approve the offer because they have to. Yes.
It's really all of the lenders.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got it.
Because
Yeah.
A might say yeah because they're taking all their money, but B is getting zero and they're never going to approve it. So even if this one said yes, this one's never going to, and it's never going to sell and close.
Exactly. Yeah. Not necessarily, because you don't have to be in pre-foreclosure in any way to be approved for a short sale. They generally will go hand in hand, but I've seen short sales done before where the seller's not in pre-foreclosure.
Looking to list a short sale, you got to make sure you have the lender's approval for the short sale. What you don't want to do is advertise it as a short sale and it not be approved by the lender.
Yeah.
Because then you're false advertising and you're leading down a bad path.
Yeah. So the terminology you don't want to see is third-party approval pending. Because if you're short selling a property with third-party approval pending, yeah, you might get some bites, but you're getting bites from people who have no idea what they're doing. So you want to make sure that if you're listing, don't list a property that says third-party approval pending, because that just means that you still have no idea what you can actually accept an offer. Generally, it's a 7-year credit. Short sales for listing agents. Again, get lender pre-approval before listing if possible, and that is a very, very strong suggestion. There's really no reason to not do it, because you're putting yourself in a hole from the get-go if you don't. So make sure you get lender pre-approval before, and that means all lenders pre-approval before listing it. Make sure that there are no second mortgages if possible. Like lines of credit, seconds, ask your clients. They should know. There are some clients who don't know, but they should know. And Sellers are going to remain in the home during the process for the most part, so it's a pretty long process, so that you can let them know if you need somewhere to live, it's going to take a while, so just make sure to bear with us. Buyer's generally going to pay all fees except for your prorated taxes and commissions for the most part. But again, it's whatever that lender approves. But that generally, you're going to see the buyer pay all the attorney's fees. You're going to see the buyer pay any outstanding HOA fees, everything like that. Your seller is basically going to be paying for commissions and prorated taxes that are approved by the lender. Again, all fees must be approved by all lenders. Make sure you let people know at the outset. It's going to be as is. Any repairs that are going to be done are probably going to have to be done by the seller with their own hands, because no repairs unless they pay for it. And if they're able to pay for repairs, they probably shouldn't be doing a short sale anyway. So, and then just confirm, make sure that anything that comes in, make sure a short sale addendum is part of the contract, because that is going to be necessary in making sure that approval happens with your offer as well. Any questions on that? All right, for selling agents, just make sure they're not all short sales are going to be great deals, especially the ones coming up. Because I mean, if the market does happen to take a dip, then you're going to see short sales be approved that may be even more than that home would appraise for. I mean, just given the unprecedented nature of where we are in the market, that could happen. Patience, especially on acceptance for an offer. That acceptance hopefully should happen pretty quickly if it's already been approved, but it does have to get approval from a number of different folks. The lender and the seller will generally be involved together, as the lender will approve along with sellers. Make sure, again, look, there's where I put that language. Look for approved for short sale. If you see third-party review required to make an offer, I would advise you stay away, because any offer you make I would take with a grain of salt, because who knows whether it's actually going to pass muster. You're really not going to have any realistic idea of what you're going to need to offer for the property. Approved for short sale is going to have that minimum number to hit, and you should pretty well know that. Learn how to read a HUD. If you don't know how to read a HUD, learn how to read a HUD, because that's what we got to use for short sales. I know a lot of you may remember the old HUD and love and cherish it, but it's gone. But it's back for this. And pre-approval is even more important, because you want to make sure you're submitting a legitimate offer. Don't try to lowball with short sales. It's not going to really get you anywhere. And again, use a short sale addendum. I put that on both sides just because it is important that these are items that it's important to be included. All legal documents, I'm going to make sure you do that. All right. Why is the short sale taking so long? Because all lenders have to approve your offer, your commissions, your fees, your bottom lines. Again, no repairs. Make sure you know that. Nothing too exciting there. All right, tips on dealing with short sales and things to avoid. Make sure you're cautious of short sales with any additional fees to pay off lenders. If you see that, be cautious of them, and you should know that pretty well up front. Watch for back taxes, because that could be your responsibility as well. Again, early title searches are good ideas to make sure you've got your ducks in a row on that if you want to make a short sale offer. And give yourself plenty of time. Notify your buyer. Comes from good things that come to those who wait. And if you need me, I'm becoming more increasingly here, but I'm still between both of my offices. There's my direct line. It's my email. If you need me for anything, let me know. That's it. I really appreciate the awesome turnout. Thanks y'all for coming in.